So Romans 12:1, if you're using the Blue Bible, it's on page 1218, Romans 12:1. We're just going to look at the one verse that talks about worship. It is the verse of the day. I saw that at 8 a.m. when it notified me. I know, right? Sorry. Okay, can someone read Romans 12:1 for us? Go for it.
Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship.
Thanks, Elodie. So we are told, we are commanded to offer ourselves, our bodies to God, not as sacrifices, not as dead sacrifices, right? You think back in Bible times, they were sacrificing animals for sins. Those animals, they were dead. They were dead. They weren't coming back. That's not what God wants from us. He doesn't want a dead sacrifice from you. God wants a living sacrifice from you. Every day, God wants us to sacrifice what our sinful nature desires as a form of worship to God. You want to worship God? Love your enemy. Be kind to people who bully you, to people who talk about you behind your back. Show that person the self-denying love that Jesus has. That's how you can worship God. You want to worship God as a living sacrifice? Watch your diet. But not like what you eat. Watch what you're feeding your brain. Watch what you're feeding your eyes. Watch what you're feeding your ears. If you want to worship God, right, living sacrifice, this is true worship. This is proper worship. If you're with your friends and they start to objectify someone's body, say, I got to walk away from this conversation. That's being a living sacrifice. That's a hard thing to do, but that's what Jesus describes, that's what Paul says is true and proper worship to God, a living sacrifice every single day. Now, I don't say that, to sound judgmental or to sound like I'm better than you. I've done those things. I've had to train my tongue not to curse. I've had to train my tongue to speak life and to not speak death. I've had to sit and clean up my playlists, get rid of bad songs, stop listening to certain artists who were glorifying the things Jesus died for. I didn't really get it. And then I just started getting it and understanding it more. Like the things that I was feeding myself, my brain, my ears, those are the things that Jesus literally came and died for. I've done these things. I have seen God transform my life. So I know from experience, if you submit to God, He has the power to change your bad habits. So we are challenged to live as a living sacrifice every day. That is true worship. That is proper worship. So we can worship God with instruments. We can worship God with singing. But we don't need instruments and singing to worship God.